In Q2, we're planning an AI hackathon. Everybody is working with AI. Who's working with AI in a meaningful way to try and build something? Who's using it to be more productive? Okay. It's a really interesting, gap because I liken it to when you first got Excel. And if you're not a math guy, you opened it up and there's this big blank thing. And it had all the power to do amazing things, and all people would do was just type stuff in little cells. And AI feels that way. And so we're all just learning this personal productivity layer. So I think that's it's important, but what we want to start doing is getting people to kind of move the next gap and start to see how they can build their own agents to do repetitive tasks, how they can start employing new technologies, instead of just kind of the toy fun features. We're going to be starting to do some workshops. One of the first ones we said is, so you want to be a founder? It really is kind of a little bit about what I talked to Matt about, is that we come in with a very product mind focus. Generally, I find a lot of founders will come in and say, I have this thing, I want to make this thing, isn't this amazing? And they think that this is their job. And as a founder, it's so much more. And so we want to build a workshop around that. Start talking a little bit more about that, prepare people. And then we mentioned the Applied AI Association. We are going to be doing a kickoff conference, details to come, but that's going to be having very likely a 2-day conference where we'll have speakers and breakout sessions about some of the latest AI tech that's coming in and some of the things that are being built with it. So the other thing that we're focusing on, and John will have to forgive me for the usage of his logo because it's a little bit aspirational. We've committed to building an incubator here in Southwest Washington. It's a physical space where people will come in, be able to rent desks, be able to house what they're doing. We'll have office hours with some really exceptional founders and investors and people that can help along the way. And that's just kind of this focusing of the lens of a community, right? It gives people a place to really realize the potential that they have. So some of the stuff when we say we're working with the city, this is part of the stuff that we're trying to do, trying to kind of pull these things together. They don't happen well. I'm an exited founder. I'm not a rich exited founder, so we're not bankrolling the whole thing. It has to happen through a lot of grant funding channels and things like that. So that's something that we're doing. But yes, and I'm going to hold Sigma to fostering, working with us to have a design lab. If you don't know Sigma Design, by the way, Sigma Design is a phenomenal product company that will help you realize mechanical projects, physical things. Where Foremost can build software, they've got the software component, we work with them, but also making actual products. So that's why they're up there.